Hello, everybody. I'm back. It's your host, Jessica Koch from Profound Professionals. This is an interview series we've been running. I don't know. It's up for debate. We're not sure, 5 or 6 years now. We're going to have to run the math and do the dates and run and figure it out exactly. But you've been following us for a very long time. And I'm so grateful to have you as an audience. And you know what? Boy, do I deliver. I tell you that globally we search the world for industry experts that will help improve your life or help you grow your business. Well, I've got a doozy of one today. I didn't bring just anyone, not just a doctor even, but also a king. So we have Dr. Jairo Borja, and he is a leader in the Hispanic community, but he's also the networking king. So we're going to get the scoop on this crown he's wearing and so much more today in our show. So I'm glad you're here. Do the nice thing, do the right thing, share this off, tell your friends. We're thanking you again for joining us, and welcome Dr. Jairo Borja. And I think I got it right. Yay, me.
You got it right. Yay.
Yay, that was
Thank you,
good.
Great time this evening.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we need
anytime. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
We must have a little bit of a delay, so I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your words. We want to know all about how you became a Hispanic community leader and where you got this crown of yours in the networking space as king.
I just waited a couple of seconds there. So thank you, Jessica, for your time this evening. So a little bit about me, which I'll explain to you how I'm the networking king, right? I guess is I'm from Colombia. Mom and dad are born and raised in. We're from Colombia. I was born and raised in Queens, New York, and I happened to be a product of the New York City Board of Education. So went to BS14, IS61. Shout out to both schools in Corona, Queens. I also am a product of Thomas Edison High School, vocational school in Jamaica, Queens. And originally I was going to get into electrical installation. And after graduating high school, I had an opportunity to be an electrical helper and get into the eventually perhaps pursue the dream of the local 3. And I said, you know what, it's not for me. So I decided to pursue a degree in business instead. And that's where the networking started, right? So then I only was going to get the associates, and then I said, you know what, let me get the bachelor's. I had aspirations of getting into being the next Dwayne Johnson, the next Rock, getting into pro wrestling. Due to an injury that didn't happen, and I decided to pursue financial services. Then I was interning at Bear Stearns. Then I left, and 2 years later, you know what happened there. Then I eventually, after that, was able to get my MBA and eventually continue to build my network over the course of time. Right. Then I worked at a higher education institution, Berkeley College, for about 10 years, and that's how I really started building my network. And my job there was to connect with organizations to hire students for internships and career opportunities. And I was able to place hundreds of students and interns with great opportunities, and my job was to basically build those relationships with those institutions. So then in 2019, I basically took a leap of faith and resigned from my job and started my own business. So started Borja Consulting Group, where I do a lot of training and development on networking and lead gen, prospecting, top of the funnel marketing for folks, for individuals. And I train a lot of folks in the college and university space, and also in the sales space. And the reason why I'm the networking king is I've been able to leverage, the volunteer opportunities that have been given to me over the past, almost decade. And yes, not just to only help the good cause of the organization, but also be able to, of course, you leverage those relationships for branding purposes. Mm-hmm. Right. So I'll give you an example. In 2014, I was on the board for HBCSF. It's no longer around, Hispanic Business College Scholarship Funder Foundation, right? And then once after that, that dissolved, and then I volunteered for an organization called Prospanica, which is an organization that's been around for about 35 plus years. And they, in the beginning, used to be called Nishimba, help out folks with MBAs, getting them jobs, professional development, and or scholarships. and eventually changed their name from Nishimba to Prosponica in 2016, and I served on the board there from 2016 to the present, where I'm the president of the Jersey chapter, and I also do some other things like such as a role model for a program that I'm very proud to support, the HISPA, where they have Hispanic professionals go from school to school and just tell the story. And the purpose of telling the story is to inspire other Latino students to move forward and pursue their career in entrepreneurship or business or wherever their dream desires, right? So yeah, so over the course of that, so that's basically how I became a networking king. So from the streets of Corona to basically what I've been doing in nonprofit to what I've been doing with my employer and now with my business, that's how I got the crown of networking king. I don't think I never pinned anybody or made anyone submit, but but they could test me if they want. Here's it from the crown.
All right, all right. You got to hold the title, right? You gotta...
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So tell us more about your business. How does what's their experience as they work with you? The client journey they take as a customer with you.
Yeah. So what I do is I'll do a discovery call. I'll discuss what they're looking for, what are their needs. I ask them a lot of questions, but I always say that it's important to ask the right questions, because you don't want to just go through the motions and at the end, you know what, it's not a good fit. So I make sure I have the right questions, and then based off those questions, then I'll intake some information. Then I'll come back with that information and say, look, this is what I think based off what you gave me. These is what I think you should do, or or how you should partner with me or work with me. And if it makes sense, then we'll move forward. And if not, then at least I could always point them in the right direction with some resources that are available. So yeah, I do. So that's a little bit about my business model. I do a lot of work more B2B. So I don't do a lot of B2C because my target is usually a lot of folks in training and development, learning and development. So as an example, yesterday I was mingling with a couple of folks in the training and development space. So those individuals that are overseeing a sales team or a business team or a unit and are looking to upgrade or improve their branding or their networking or their sales team, that's when they bring me in. But that's a little bit, that's the process basically.
So you typically work with corporations that have at least a small team, if not a large team. So not necessarily that solopreneur, that entrepreneur, that single, the guy that's wearing all the hats and he is the team or she is the team. That's not normally your customer then.
Correct. No, not my customer. And then also the other, I guess, buyer's persona, or the other, I guess, avatar is those individuals in career services. Again, B2B. So because of my background in career services, so I'll come in and do a seminar on networking and networking leadership to a lot of folks in different colleges, universities. But same deal, B2B. I go to different career services departments throughout the country.
Mm-hmm. I see. Are you doing a lot of that virtually?
Yes, I am. A lot. Pandemic, being able to reinvent myself, and a lot of stuff has been right here from my seat here in my man cave here.
From the throne. Don't forget, it's from
the throne. That's right. From the throne. That's right. You want to beat me for the title? Come and go ahead.
That's right. You got to go all the way with it. If you're gonna put it down there and it's gonna be on the screen, we got to roll with it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So you're looking for corporations who have teams that was one of my thoughts when you first talked to me about the discovery call and asking the right questions. What leads people to you with oh my God, they're in pain here, right? They're feeling the pain here. I mean, people don't usually just wake up in their business and go, I think the team should network a little better. Let me call that guy. Let me call that King guy, that Dr. King guy.
Sure.
Oh, wait, that's someone else. That's someone else.
That's someone else. Exactly. No, pain points could be like, look, their sales are okay, but they're not where they need to be, or they know when they do their annual evaluation with their team members, you know what, there's an area of improvement, right? So maybe there could be more opportunities for you to volunteer more, to put yourself out there more, to really learn other skills through volunteering on a board, right? Because you may be an auditor, but you may not have anything in public speaking or networking or anything like that, or anything where it's customer face, right? You could be working in a lab somewhere. So that's why it's important for you to network or put yourself out there on a board on podcasts like this or something like that. So
Mhm.
that's how they that's why I'm brought in. So to stuff like that. That's basically easy to me. That's the easy answer to kind of that's the pain point to bring someone like me in.
All right. Yeah. So usually they're just looking to hike up some sales. So you heard it. You heard it from us. If
That's
you
right.
have a team, small or large, and you would like
Yeah,
somebody to come in and have your team be knighted by the king and learn how to really
that's
network,
right.
if
That's
you
right.
want
That's
to
right.
solve that pain and that problem from the doctor, you need solutions
That's
from the
right.
doctor,
That's
then you
right.
need to reach out to my friend here. Now, can you give us a tip? Something that if they were a solopreneur or they have a team, but they're not ready for you yet, and they just want you to give them an ultimate amazing tip, something they could apply or do today, what would you say to them?
I had the same question asked me yesterday. So I'm going to give you two quick tips. Number one, it's important to have an elevator pitch, no matter what, whether the event's virtual and or on site. Make sure obviously your name, what you do, and how can you solve the individual's problem. What are some of the challenges you do, and then have some type of call to action at the end of the elevator pitch, right? So whether it's call me or scan my QR code if you're in person, right, or let's connect on LinkedIn, have some type of call to action. Always,
Mhm.
always, always, right? And the second tip, a lot of people ask me all the time, hey, I'm introverted. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to break the ice, right? So you've probably seen the form method online, right? All right, or in my book, Formea method, but same thing, which is like, how do I build rapport, right? So, the form method, family. So basically married or divorced or kids and no kids, right? Finding that common ground there.
Mhm.
Occupation could be similar businesses or similar in the sense that you're both entrepreneurs. Occupation, recreation, things that you like to do, right? Or not do, gym, walking, or whatever, right? And then motivation, right? So the fact that you're entrepreneurs or the fact that you're business owners, that motivation to create generational wealth, to help solve a problem, to help others, right? So
Mhm.
finding that commonality, finding that common ground. So highly recommend using those two tips, and I'm sure if you clean those up at the next event, I'm sure you'll be able to network and kick butt.
I got a letter. It's going to throw off your beautiful formula, but you got to add an L. You got to add an L to that because it's location too. So one of
True,
the
that's
things
true.
for us is,
Formula,
yeah,
formula.
my husband's from New York, and he grew up in Long Island, but he was born in the Queens area. So yeah, I made that connection immediately when you started talking. So location is a
Love it.
big one, my friend. And you know what
That's right.
else? Education, university or college of where someone went to school, and another great common denominator connector. So I don't know. I think the alphabet is growing here on that tip, but I really like it. It's a good one.
For male. That's right. I love it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. In my book, I discuss education, right? That commonality of education and
Yeah.
achievement, right? Could be like
Mhm.
I I got a house, or I bought my first investment property, or I don't
Mhm.
know, I hit a milestone in my business. So
Mhm.
achievement is also finding that commonality as well.
Yeah, that is true. And also, as business owners, especially with business owners, challenge if you're facing a challenge right now, if you're trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to, um, transition your company in from an LLC to having a board and adding employees and growing your team, that's a big step, and that's a place where business owners will seek other business owners who've gone through that or are going through it to kind of compare notes to say, what are you doing with it and how did it work for you? And, have you found any solutions? So I think for sure that's another one. Growth is a big deal. I'm going through some growing pains myself right now. So
Yeah.
our business is definitely growing.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about your book in a little bit, but before we get to that, is there anything else about yourself or your business that we didn't touch on that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I have a podcast as well. It's called the Dr. B Show, where I interview a lot of minority folks that are thought leaders and are also entrepreneurs. And the reason why I do that is to provide a platform that normally they won't be able to promote themselves, similar to what you're doing tonight. I'm in my fourth season. I just wrapped up the fourth season, and I
Yay,
have the fifth
you.
season already. I've already recorded 2 episodes already, and I do it a little bit different. I do it in batches because of everything that I do during the day. Just challenging be on live, but I just do it
Mhm.
in batches, and I record 8 to 10 episodes in a week at a time every couple of months. So it just works out for me. So I'm excited about season 5.
Yeah, every quarter I do a big blast of, 8 to 15, and then we just push them all out like gangbusters. We're working towards getting to 1,000 guests that we've featured.
I
So
love it.
I need to know this.
Yeah.
Is an Italian mother of 7, grandmother
Yeah.
of 7, a minority? Because I kind of think she is. I kind of think she
That
might
counts.
be.
That
I,
counts. We gotta get you on. We
I'm
gotta
an
get you on.
Italian girl that is running my business. I think I need to be on the doctor's show. What do you guys think?
That's
I mean,
right. That's right. That's right.
I have an ethnic background. Are they come in all flavors and boxes? Mine happens to be Italian.
There you go. There you go. We got to get you on the show. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. We'd love to have you on the
Yeah.
show at
How
some
much
point.
oregano have you had on the show? I don't know. I make a mean
I don't know.
lasagna.
That's right. That's
I,
right.
I have a feeling I
That's
might be the first one, maybe.
right. First or second, one of the two. We'll see.
Well, I'll be the minority of the minority people. Are you listening?
There you go. That's right.
All
That's
right.
right. That's right.
So the next thing is one of the reasons we started this show 5 or 6 years ago. It's up for debate. We have to look back in our records. It seems like you blink your eyes, and is it 5 years or is it 6 years? I think we're approaching 6. So the time flies by.
Yeah.
I started with the thought of really wanting to help spread the message and the word of the brilliant people I was meeting all over the world, and how they just approach things differently. And then for me, I believe in something called I call it cause marketing. It's not a term I invented. It's just one I really clung to and hung on to. I'm not sure even where I heard it. But, I'm making multiple wins and moments for multiple wins. And I thought if I'm going to put the time and energy into featuring amazing humans, I want to also take a moment of pause and let's celebrate a cause that's close to their heart so that we could at very least spread an awareness, inspire someone to give, volunteer, know about something, to tell someone else about it who just might need it, who didn't realize that cause existed, right? You might know someone who needs this. Now, you talked about it a little bit already, but can you share with us again the cause that's close to your heart?
Yeah, sure, sure. I'm going to share too. I'm going to share, Prosponica, which I've been involved with since 2016 up until present, which is an organization that formerly known as the Shimba helps individuals with getting jobs, professional development, and or scholarships. And then the second organization that's near and dear to my heart that I actually was with the founder yesterday was HISPA, which is an organization that's about 15 years old that was born out of an ERG with AT&T. And what HISPA does is they have role models of folks like myself or Latinos, Latinas, Latinx individuals go around to different schools, elementary and middle schools, just to tell the story. And the purpose of telling their stories to inspire others in the room to pursue STEM or STEAM, to pursue business, to pursue a career. So it's very great, and you'd be surprised how, for example, yesterday HISPA they were able to, for example, for the first time, not first time, but be able to have 30 students from Elizabeth go to the Victoria's Secret headquarters in New York City, and believe it or not, about half of them, probably a little bit less than half, but I'm exaggerating a little bit, but a lot of them have never been to Manhattan before. So think about that. That's like very eye-opening, right?
Mm.
There's going to be a youth conference with HISPA, which is partnering with Prosponica May 24th in down in Princeton University. So the purpose of that conference is to, again, help inspire the youth to to stay in school and then pursue their career or pursue a business or trade, but just have a clear path of where they want to be. And so it's amazing organization. So always looking for role models. So HISPA is a great partner of ours, and HISPA.org, I believe, or HISPAteam.org.com. One of the two.
Well, you can send us information, and if you email it to me, my team will make sure it goes into the article so that we get that correct.
Thank you.
So that if
Thank
you
you.
know anyone who wants to support this, whether financially or with their time, or just put it out there, make a post, celebrate these amazing organizations, because we thank you for watching, but we really, really thank you for sharing. You just never know who needs to hear this story, who needs to meet the doctor, or who
That's right.
just
That's right.
needs just needed a little pick me up today, and get to listen to us chat and talk away. You just don't know who you'll affect when you share. So we're really grateful for you
That's
sharing.
right.
And one of the things my followers know is I'm creating the ultimate book list. And I am asking all of my guests to share books that either inspired their life or helped them grow their business. Now, this is a book not written by you. We are going to get to one of those because you have one of those up your sleeveys. But before we go there, if you could share with us a book that inspired you.
Yes, both personally and also with my business. And I'm pretty sure you've read it or have heard of it, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And one of the biggest takeaways, thank you. One of the biggest takeaways is about not how much money you make, but how much you keep, right? So I always keep it in the back of my mind, right? So whether it's personal statements or even with my business, like being able to control your expenses. You're able to control your expenses, that's half the battle, right? So I try to
Yes.
control I try to control the expenses as much as possible. And then I just focus on my sales, right? And that's the name of the game, right? So 100%, highly recommend. If you haven't done so, listen to it. Even I both read it and then listened to it on Audible, and it's a great book. Highly recommend it if you haven't read it already.
I feel like it's one of those you can read. Like I have a small handful of books and they keep growing as I keep reading more, but that I try to revisit every year. And it's getting to the point where they've got to go in a rotation of every other year because there's so many new books coming and inspiring me that I want to read again. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. It's a classic, and I love that it's been mentioned before, but I love that you took the time to pull out one of the pieces that was most impactful for you, because you don't know it or realize it, but that was one of the messages I needed to hear today. I'm working very hard right now with our finance director to have us continue to expand, but also hang on to some of the revenue, hang on to some of your right. It feels like when you grow sometimes, as fast as the money comes in, it goes back out again for the team and for the expenses and the technology and the tools and all the things. You're going, wait a minute, what's happening here? So you got to take a look at the dollar signs and the bottom line and make sure that things are running as efficiently as they can be. I love that message. Now, dun, da, da, da. If there was a drum roll, I'd give it. Now let's hear all about your book. Tell us the name, tell us the why you wrote it, tell us all the goods on your book.
Yeah, thank you for that. I wrote Networking Way to Success, 10 tips for entrepreneurs and working professionals in 2019. And the reason why I wrote the book was I always wanted to write a book, one, but two, like I always felt that others had challenges with networking or assume they know how to network, but really don't. And you'd be surprised. I talk to folks every day like, oh, wow, really? I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. So I basically took everything that I learned over the last 10 to 12 years at my former employer, the tactics that I used to kind of grow those networks, and then of course what I use with my own network, and I just provide those tips, right? So I spoke about the form in the book. I spoke about the elevator pitch in the book. I talk a lot about like the follow-up process, right? So leveraging a CRM, customer relationship management software, in order for you to just make sure that, like, I don't remember every single detail. So making sure that you enter those names in the CRM, make sure you connect with them on LinkedIn, make sure you create certain tasks for yourself, make sure you enter those notes in your CRM, and then basically having blocking some time to prospect, whether it's, for me, what works for me, it's like Monday and Friday, and I talk about it in the book. So Mondays and Fridays are like my admin dash prospecting day, and then Tuesday through Thursdays where I do like podcast interviews or I do my networking events or just meetings, right? So that's just the way it works for me. So I talk about that in the book as well. And I wrote the book, believe it or not, on vacation in 2019, the core of it. And then I interviewed.
Were you alone on vacation?
No, I had my family. So my family was sleeping. I would wake up early, type up a chapter, I go to sleep, type up a chapter, wake. Yeah. So it took a week. It took like 7 days, and I got like 15 chapters done in less than a week. However, it took a couple of months because I was interviewing for what I thought, and I still to this day I thought are networking, are very good at networking. So it took me a couple of months because of people's schedules to kind of finally get them get them on my calendar, right, to interview them. So because the transcript is part of the book. That was the story behind that, and I did have a successful book launch, and I never forget it, March 9th, 2020, and then COVID happened a week later, or at least the world shut down after that. So
yeah. So are you going to revise the book for networking after the world changed? Because networking,
good idea. That's a good idea.
it shifted a little bit. It has changed a little. There's some tweaks and things you could add to the second edition of the book. And, one of the things I'll throw out there, if you know me and you've been following me, you already know this. So a shameless plug, but yes, you absolutely need to do the follow-up. And if you have a team of like we do with our virtual assistant membership program, then getting that follow-up done is a lot easier. Instead of working Monday through Friday, you can work Tuesday through Thursday, because that's where I'm headed. Grow the business, keep as much profit as possible, other people to manage it, get other people to do the tasks. And then a lot more vacation is part of my regular weekly life. That's where I'm headed.
You and I both in the same direction. Yeah, make more, work less. So there you
That's right. That's right. Well, I love it. I don't know. I certainly over-delivered today, people. A doctor and a king. It has been so wonderful to have Jairo Borja with us, Dr. Jairo Borja, and he earned all of that education there. Gonna go for just a little bit, right? And then a little bit more. Might as well go for a little bit more. An MBA, a doctorate. What's the difference? What's a few more papers to write and courses to take and books to lug around? Who knows? But what I want to say to you is I really want to bring the best, the brilliant, the most amazing experts to you who are doing things a little differently. And it does sound like you're doing just that. Now, I will say to you, if you're watching and you're thinking, wait, I can inspire someone's life or help improve their life. I can help them grow their business. I'm a brilliant industry expert. Then you're probably a profound professional. We should have you right here on our show today. So reach out to us and our team, and we will send you information on how you could get scheduled, because we would love very much to feature you and talk all about the cause that's close to your heart. Now, you could be someone's hero today. That's big. You could be someone's hero today, someone's hero now, mine and someone else's. Because if you're out there and you're an industry expert, and I know you are, you've got to be networking. And if you're not, get the book. I mean, we just talked about it. Go get the book. We'll send you the link. We'll show you the way. But if you're out there networking, then you probably know someone else who should be on our show. And it's just not nice to share. So share this interview, share the information, introduce us to that amazing industry expert, and we'll feature them too. And you'll be the hero of the show. So before I say goodbye, as always, I'm going to pin him down for that final piece of information or inspiration. What do you got for us?
Final tip, I would say, if you're looking to grow your network, whether you're a financial professional, whether you're a lawyer, I would say 100% volunteer professionally, join a board. That's a good cause to you, most importantly, a good cause in general to the organization. You could build skills, you could build a network, build a lot of leadership qualities, build skills that you normally wouldn't build in your day-to-day, but at the same time, you're able to give back to the community. So I highly recommend, and there's industry-specific stuff, or there's specific stuff to your different ERG, BRG, whatever it is. But I would say just give back, and it'll help you grow your network and network your really success.
I love that. When I'm teaching LinkedIn classes, when I get to the volunteer part, I say, if you don't have some, get some. And here's the deal. Yeah. Reciprocity. What he's talking about is, it is a proven side effect that when you give, somehow you receive, and maybe not from that person that you gave from, but the universe, it just works that way. Don't give to get something good, but give from the heart, and something good's going to happen. It just is. It's just the way it goes, people. I don't make up the rules. I just tell you how it works. So thank you for being on our show. I hope you had as much fun as we did.
I did. I had an amazing time. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching, because I had as much fun being here as I hope you did watching. Thank you for sharing, because I know how much it means when you hit that button and you push it out to the world. And until next time, like always, you know who I am. I'm Jessica Koch, and I want you to be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody. And we have stopped streaming.
That's it. Oh wow, good.
Did you
How was
feel
that?
it? You got it good? Did you feel
I
complete?
got
I
it.
hope we covered everything. I tried to make sure.
No, you did. No, it was good. It was good. No, I like your rundown. It helped out a lot, and it was good. It was great. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, you're welcome to have me on the show anytime.
I will do.
I am never a boring interview.
All good. Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm glad we reconnected. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah. And if I can do anything else to help you, or I don't know, I didn't ask, do you have an affiliate program?
With the course, yes, I didn't even mention the course, but I do have a course, and I do have.
Now, I
We should definitely
asked
connect.
you if you could share anything else with your business.
I
I'm
know.
wide
I know.
open to tell us about the
I know.
course.
You're right.
So just email me the stuff, and we'll put the course information in the article as well. If you send a swipe copy and images and an affiliate link for me and all that, it'll all go in show notes as well as in descriptions and yada yada. And then it'll also go in the article. And then in the fall, we actually will be releasing all of these episodes again in a look live on Roku and Apple TV. And there'll actually be live interface, one of my team members answering questions and commenting and engaging with the live audience. And then we'll be pushing out, I think it's going to be next year, probably. I want to get through the first, somewhere in the first quarter is my goal. Maybe sooner if something happens, but probably around then, because I'm hiring some new management this summer. So we want to get we're pulling all the audio clips from all the episodes as well, and we'll be putting them on your traditional podcast places, Apple and
Spotify, Apple. Yeah, that's
all
good.
the things. But
So
for
basically, you're stretching
the
it.
5 or 6 years that we've been doing this, we've been doing it from the flip side, right? We've been doing it as video, live streaming. I started it that way years ago before it was, cool. And then the whole world of podcasts came, and I was like, yeah, I'll get to that. And I just kept saving all the audio clips. And, I thought, well, we'll just do a big launch when we get to 1,000 episodes or 1,000 guests. That's because we do sometimes panel experts. So we're going to try to get to 1,000 guests. Sometimes we have to up to 8 people in a room like this, and we're doing the interview.
Oh, wow.
We do it kind of the same. We do round robin, like we go through, all the stuff about their business first, and we go all the way around, and then we go all the way around about the cause in the books, and then we go all the way around a final time about the, closing thought. So it still works out pretty well.
Cool.
And it's interesting, and it gives a chance for the speakers really like it, because the panel experts, when there ends up being a bunch of people in the room, it's like, hey, we need to hook up, we need to connect, because they get a chance to learn each other, right? They learn about each other right in the show. So
Right, exactly.
So it's been a good formula. So this we're connected on LinkedIn, so I will tag you. It'll be live. It's live now. I mean, I go in and edit that little beginning part, because, you kind of sit there and smile for a few seconds before you actually start. So I'll edit that, and then I'll add your sentence and tag you. But then my team does the rest, and it takes about a week before you'll see an email with an MP4 file. You'll have the article be written, and right away the team does Vimeo, YouTube, and my website. But then we're doing a bunch more stuff with it over the course of the next few years, which is why I had you sign a legal release, because we make a product out of it. We might sell a $7 lead magnet. We might do something with it, but all that does is validate you and lead more people to you. And, if they're giving you money if they're giving me money to see your stuff, then it just makes you more, it seems like it brings more value to you as an expert. So it's all good.
Yep. I'll send you all the links. Thanks. I sent you all the links, affiliate links, everything. I will, for sure.
Okay, cool. I hope you had a good experience, and I hope you'll tell others about us. Knowing that we do have a $43 gift that we ask, but it goes to my team that work everywhere from Nigeria to South Africa, Pakistan, India, the Philippines. We have about 70 VAs globally that help.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they help our
clients. I'm jealous.
Well,
70.
It's because that's our business. We're an agency. So we have clients come to us and say, I need a VA. and we give them a lead person, a support person. We project manage it. We do all the things. So it's not the same as just, hiring an
A
independent.
traditional.
Yeah, just go grab yourself a VA.
It is your business. It is your business.
That's well, lots of people can do that, though, can just go grab a VA. But a lot of people can't. It's interesting. They really kind of need that extra support of, managing the whole process and training. Yeah. I mean, I train all the team, and we have a lot of systems and processes in place. And some people are like, I know I need help, but I'm trying to grow. But now, now what? And we have a lot of the now what figured out. So, got it. So that helps. And I give a referral if you introduce people to me who think they are ready for a VA now or need a VA and just don't know where to start with that or want someone else to really, manage.
I might have someone for you. That she's been looking for someone. All right, I will. I'll see if I can introduce you at some point tomorrow.
Yeah, just introduce us, and if she wants to chat, I'm very low profile. Tell me about your business. If I can help them, great. If I can't, I even have a course so that you can go, here's all the things I do to go find my VAs. Here's the online course. It's a couple $100. It's not like thousands. So, you want to watch it and do it yourself, or you want to work with us, great. Or I actually know some other agencies. I can introduce you to them. I feel like when the universe sends me someone, you either fit or you don't fit. And I find a way to, help them one way or another. So
I love it.
Find whatever it is they need.
Exactly.
It isn't me. I don't want it to be me. I know how that road goes. That plays out. I'd rather them find who they really need than try to force a square peg into a round hole, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So cool. Well, all right.
Nice. Have a great day. I gave a little bit of your time back to you. It didn't take nearly as long as we had scheduled, so you should be good to go.
I'm good to go. I knew. I've done this before. I knew. I did like 30 minutes. I had a clock in my head. So.
Well, there you go. You're good.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thanks. Ciao.